Welcome back to the 9/12 daily trade review, okay? On the daily chart, when you turn the after hours off, it's just the way I like to look at the daily chart. No preference to if someone likes to do it different, it's just the way I like to do it. All right. It was almost as if you had this daily 1, 2, 3 pattern happening. All right, when you had this daily 1, 2, 3 pattern, I was expecting some extension to new all-time highs. Now, the problem I generally face with trading all-time highs is the fact that you have a lot of people that, and personally, I think, and whether or not they actually do or not, I think they try and short all-time highs just from a psychology perspective, be like, how can it go any higher? And which generally tends to lead to days that kind of slow grind up. So when you look at the 2 minute here from Friday, you'll see that we gapped over this level I had at 24,031. And I generally knew that if we were going to have a level entry, right, at 24,031, I knew 24,000 would be a generally good backing. And you can see we kind of got down here at 24,001, okay, right? So I knew right off the open, I wanted to see this level hold to some degree. So when we pushed down under it and started pushing back into it, I realized like if we could kind of form some sort of higher low here, I'd be okay with this entry. And then that's ultimately ended up with happening. My entry was right about here, is kind of slightly underneath the level. And my exit, and although it was pretty much an early exit for the day, but I didn't really, I actually had other things to do that in later in the morning, and I hate being in trades while I got other things to do. My exit was right around here at not quite at the top of his doji, but it was kind of right in here at this 24,050 mark. Which was a fairly good trade. It was like 25, 30 points. I don't remember my exact number fill and exit, but that was generally the fill. Now, ideally, I should have kept holding this trade to see if this level would have held one more time. And we really could have played, but I was trading one contract that day, and it wasn't the end of the world. I just kind of wanted to end the week on a good note, and that's ended up with happening. Now, going into the new week here, I think we have a couple interesting things. We already have, okay, a big gap up on the week. And if you'll see at the top here at 24,340. So we are about 150 points higher than where we're at now. I think that leaves us in a situation that, the gap fill to the bottom would seems likely to me. And I don't do shorts all that often. I have two scenarios in which I do shorts, and that's um, daily 1, 2, 3 patterns to the downside. So kind of like this situation over here, like this to me, what I would consider a daily 1, 2, 3 to the downside, or gap under green. So gapping under this green, I'd consider a short. Other than that, I just tend not to care about shorts. And the reason is that if you look at even this weekly chart here, how often is it really in a downtrend, right? It's just not happening all that often. And to me, it's just not really risk. Like the risk isn't worth the reward. So I just tend to stay away from shorts. Anyway, I think it'll be an interesting week. If we can kind of maybe close this gap on Monday, Tuesday, that lets us rebound the rest of the week. I think that's kind of what I see happening and what I would like to see for longs. Thanks. Bye.